All right, guys, Mr. Chang here. This is T5F in iXL. Here's your tutorial video. We'll do my best to try and keep this to 10 minutes. I hope. Now, as I do this video, I think you'll notice that I will be staring at the screen a lot while I'm talking. I'll do my best to look in the camera so you guys feel like I'm here, we're connected, but that may not always work. All right, so here we go. Rewrite the equation in slope-intercept form. Remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. And anytime we're doing this, right, this is T5F solve for y. We're basically reducing, balancing, or manipulating equations. So we're going to take this equation and we're going to get it into this different format. That is manipulating, changing, or transforming an equation. And you're going to use the properties of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and inverse operation to do that. So I kept some notes on the side of this video, and hopefully it'll be helpful because I think we're going to come back to this a lot. So to rewrite this equation, and I should say reduce, balance, manipulate, rewrite, these are all kind of the same words, right? Manipulate means to rewrite. So to rewrite this equation, we're going to use these properties. So my first step here is I want to use the distributive property. When I see a coefficient outside of a parentheses, I want to attack that first. So here is my step one. Y equals 7 equals, I'm going to take -6 and I'm going to use the distributive property and I'm going to multiply. So we're here, distributive property. I'm going to multiply this -6 times all the terms inside the parentheses. So that leaves me with y minus 7 equals -6x plus 18. Now my step 2 is I want to get y by himself. Y by himself. He doesn't want to be with the 7. Y is an introvert. Introverts want to be alone. And so to get y by himself, I'm going to use an inverse operation. And an inverse operation says that I can do whatever I want to rewrite an equation and it'll work as long as I do the same math operations to both sides of the equation. That's what this note says. And so to get y by himself, I want to do an inverse operation on the -7. This is subtraction, right? So the inverse of subtraction is addition. And so I'm going to add 7 to both sides of the equation. So when I do that, I get y minus 7 plus 7 equals -6x plus 18 plus 7. And -7 plus 7 is just 0. 18 plus 7 is 25. So now I have y equals -6x plus 25. And now I'm done. I have rewritten the equation, which was in point slope form, and I rewrote it into slope intercept form. So let's enter this in. How am I doing for time? 4 minutes, not bad. Y equals -6x plus 25. Yes. All right. Let's clear all my drawings. Let's go back over here. And let's get back to it. Ooh, fractions, love it. So step 1, I think I want to use the distributive property here again. So I'm going to use the distributive property. and go y minus 7 equals 1/5, and I'm going to take this 1/5 and I'm going to multiply it by the x. I'm going to take this 1/5 and I'm going to multiply it by the 5. That is the distributive property. And I get 1/5 x plus 5/5, which I also know is just 1 whole. So that's step 1. Step 2, I'm going to use inverse operations because I want to get y by himself. And I'm going to go y minus 7 plus 7 equals 1/5 x plus 1 plus 7. So plus 7 is my inverse operation. I'm going to do it to both sides of the equality, right? So that I can keep everything balanced and that this all works. And the reason why I'm adding 7 is because y wants to be by himself. And the only thing that is with y right now is this minus 7, subtracting 7 on the left side of the equality. And I want to get this guy over to the right-hand side so that y can be by himself. So to do that, I add 7 to both sides. That's my inverse operation. I do it to both sides to keep it balanced. This becomes 0. And I've just gotten rid of minus 7 on the left side of the equality, and I'm left with 1/5 x plus 1 plus 7, which is plus 8, total of 8. 1 plus 7 is 8. And I'm done. Yay. Y equals 1/5 x plus 8. Yes. Let's try some more difficult things. Let's take it up a notch. I'm at 7 minutes on this tutorial video, going up to 68. Woo, what do we got? Ah, the standard form. All right, what's my goal? My goal is to get y by himself. Y by himself. That's my goal. To rewrite this, right? Rewrite into the slope-intercept form. The slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. Y is by himself on the left side of the equality. I'm rewriting this whole equation. That means I'm solving for y. This means rewrite in slope-intercept form, because the slope-intercept form is where y equals mx plus b. Okay? So let's see, what is my first step? Well, I think I want to get, so if I want y by himself, the first thing I might do is an inverse operation on the x. So this is going to be my step 1. And actually all my steps are going to be here. So 19 equals 4x plus 17y. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. And 4x minus 4x is just 0. So now I've got y by himself. That's 17y equals 19. I'll use red to show where my inverse operation was, 4x. Okay? So then my step 2 is I need to get rid of this, or I need to balance this equation such that y is by himself. And y, that means y is not being multiplied by 17. So this 17y, I want to get rid of this 17. And remember, 17y is the same as 17 times y. And so the way that I can get y by himself is to do an inverse operation on this times 17. I used the dot here. I could have used an x. And the inverse operation of multiplying by 17. The opposite of it is to divide by 17. So now I'm going to divide both sides of this equation by 17. And here's the thing that I think may trip people up. But if you noticed between this example and my previous examples, when I'm doing addition or subtraction, right, I just, like right up here, when I subtracted 4x from the right side of the equation and subtracted it from the left, right up here, it was just 19 minus 4x. But when I do multiplication or division, like I have to divide each term on the other side of the equal sign, on the other side of the equality by 17. Okay, so I want you to notice that. If you're doing addition or subtraction, you can just subtract or add that term to the other side of the equation by itself. But if I'm multiplying or dividing, I have to do it to each term in the expression. So it is 19/17 minus 4/17 x equals y. That is this equation, 19 equals 4x plus 17y, rewritten in the y equals mx plus b format. That is kind of ugly. I'm going to put it in there. So 19/17 minus 4/17 x equals y. Let's see. I'm scared, but I got it right. Yay. All right. It's 12 minutes. Hope that helps. Peace.